All right. Very good. We're getting this going. Looks like we might be having some network frame dropping. We'll see how this progresses. Doesn't look too bad. We're just doing a full-blown test to see if this is even going to work. But anyway, welcome. This is the Pool Creator, and we're going to build a pool today. I've got everything running. I'm not sure how this is going to work. So anyway, we'll get it going. I am live to the world right now. This is super cool. So this is my very first time live streaming. I've been using Pool Studio, which is from Structure Studios. I've been using Pool Studio for, oh wow, 14 or 15 years now. So almost since the beginning of that company. And so I've been along with them a long time. So I've been using their software, and I pay for the VIP 3D software. So we're going to build a pool using VIP 3D, and this is going to be cool. So anyway, let's move on. Getting some messages here. This is good. Okay. Looks like my dropped frames were kind of in the beginning, so it's looking like it's pretty good right now. So to go ahead, I'm going to go ahead and start a new model. So first things first, I have a VIP 3D account. So when I log in, I first things first, got to start a new project. So this is the Goldsand pool. And this is, oh, I think I have a cool little display there. And there's me all big. And that's all I'm going to put in for now. Let's go ahead and start. Excellent. So there's a couple of settings I like to initiate right off the bat. So I'm definitely going to get my grid on. Sometimes I use overlays, so I like to put like a measurement line in here that just lets me know, okay, that's about 13 feet. And just for my eyes when I'm zoomed out, start to get scale, because I'm going to import my projects. These are the tools I have here to do my design. So I have all these pictures, and let's go ahead and I've got these pictures of the project, and we're going to go ahead and get those open. I also have some other documents that help me do this. So as you can see here, this is the folder scribbling, as I like to call it. This is where people give me details from when they're on site. Here's some of the pictures I will use. I also have a plot plan, or just sort of a house detail with topo lines and everything else. So these are all the things that I will use to help me get the project done. So very good. I am happy to move forward now with this. And if I go back to my project, I will enter all the information in later. But what I have right now is the tools. All I have to go on are these few things. So I'm going to plug in the data here to start my house. We're going to work on the Goldsand house, and this is going to be quite interesting. Let's take a look. All right. So this is basically what I do. I have all these measurements, and I am going to plug in this house right away. So I'm going to kind of be doing a lot of flipping back and forth, or something else. So very good. Let's go ahead and plug in my measurements. And you can see in Pool Studio, I'm going to go ahead and start with these straight lines here. And very simply, you can see I'm going 63 here. I'm going to come over. It does not appear that I have that measurement. That's great. So when I peek back, I'm missing the measurement right here. I'm not sure what that could be. Anyway, these are always tricky to get just right. So while I'm kind of studying what to do here and how to plot this out, a good thing I can do is sort of just fudge some of my measurements until I get them just right. Looks like we have very few measurements, and the details are all over here mostly. So that's where I'm going to start then. Okay, let's go back. So my line that was over there, let's put it over here. So basically this arrow marking here, that's going to actually show me center line. It's going to give me an idea of where center is. All right. Okay, so 39.3 to the PG&E there, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to plug that in. Let's get rolling. 39.3. Get in there. There you are. Go 1810. Very good. Alright, so as you can see, I don't have any measurements. I do have the measurement of the overall corridor. So I'm going to go ahead and plug that in 30 foot 2. And I will grab a measurement tool. And 30 foot 2. Basically, the more accurate you are, of course, the less surprises you'll have in the field. So these will not be used. This 3D design will not be used for any type of plans. So this will be strictly visual, but I am very concerned about getting things just right. So that's what I shoot for. All right. And again, we don't have that measurement, so we will plug in just a loose and we'll go down 63 to the full thing. Okay. And as soon as it lets me plug in my 63, usually you have to get zoomed in to get some accuracy here. Okay, so what you see is I'm doing the beginnings of a house outlay here, overlay, sort of an outline of the house footprint. And I only have certain measurements. I only have some of the measurements you just saw, and that is where the pool is going to be located. So I'm going to go ahead and back out and take a look. Let's go ahead and get the detail that I have on the rest of the house, which typically I will use Google Maps or any other type of map systems on Bing or MapQuest even. I've used a lot of different ones, but quickly comes up right here, and I'm looking at the satellite view, and there is no 3D available. It is sort of a false 3D, so the best and only view for the best perspective is going to be what you're seeing right here. So I have a few measurements, and so what measurements I do have, I can show you. I have this long line here, so that is going to be the long line right here, and it looks like there's a jog and a few other things. So the house will start to take more shape later, but right now I have to get the basic outline going because this is going to be a tricky one. So I'm going to definitely try and get best I can some of these details in. And it's all going to be based on sight at this point. So I really have nothing else to go on. If I go to 3D mode here, you can see that there's just nothing. It's the same. Holy moly, what is that? What is that? It looks like some sort of water reservoir or Waste treatment facility. I have no idea. I don't judge. This is where they live here. Oh, wow. Living next to the bayou. All right, here we go. We're going to move on here. This is fun. Okay. So we're building, and I see that is definitely a garage. So I know general sizes, and so when I back out here, I'm going to make this a garage piece. So since this is a garage, I'm going to make it about 24, let's say. I'll make this one 24 as well. And again, the only real accuracies, even for laying out the pool, are going to be over in the region where the pool is located. But I do need that accurate measurement. So I will, of course, get in touch with who I work with and try and get more details. Okay, so this, as I know from the photos, this house steps down the hill, and there's that 3-foot jog I was telling you about. So we have the gas, electric, very important, of course, with pool building. Either these utilities here are going to be run through the driveway with a concrete cut, or they're going to go all the way around the back side of the building. And so what's excellent is I do have photos. If I can get... There we go. And just kind of shows you how this house, and that is the spot where the pool's going in. So that's going to be sweet. Wow. Okay, so we got a tight yard. Nothing new around here. All right, but slope is going to be really important. I have a lot of topo lines. I may or may not need them because I might be able to just use the slope tool and make some of this stuff work. You can see this engineered rock wall. That's going to be a hard thing to duplicate. But right now I'm kind of looking at the house and getting a general idea of the materials used and everything else. So basically what you see is a stucco house, okay, beige in color with sort of a light red tile roof. And looks like some stone accents over there on the street side. So I'm going to go ahead and outline this thing based on the pictures I'm seeing. This is great. I got a lot of great pictures here. I didn't see these before. Beautiful. This will help me out doing that courtyard more accurately. Also gives me, yeah, this is great. You can see the roof line here is going to make a single roof piece and a single building here. Yeah, this is going to be very nice. Let's get back to it. So going on back. All right, so looking at this, looking at the pictures, I think I got this. So let's swing my pictures back around where I was. Look at that little inset in the building right there. That'll be great. Okay, so we're getting in there. All right. Okay, so we're guessing 3 feet. Okay, I see what's happening there. So we're going to do 3 feet plus more, maybe like 4. And then for a certain length, I don't know, about 10 feet. It's the best part. Sometimes it's easier to actually have the details rather than plugging them in by doing this method, going back and forth. But I have to look very closely. The remainder of this will hit the 63 mark. So what I need to do is, again, grab this, and 63 goes to the utilities. And that measurement up there is highly important. So I'm going to send a message to who I work with. Measurement of garage on poolside. Measurement of garage on poolside. So what I will try to get back, yeah, I see what he's got there. I don't have that measurement. So right here, so I was not provided with that. Okay, so I'm just studying a little bit. Got to do it. I mean, I'm like a detective right now. I'm studying everything I can to get this right. And so if that's 63, you can see, wow, 59 to gas, 63 to electric. That's what he's got down here. This is definitely not big enough. Let's go back to my picture. Oh, that's a 3-car garage. Okay. So that threw me off. Okay, so obviously a 2-car garage can fit 24 feet, but if I get larger, a 3-car garage is going to be more like 34 feet. So you got to add at least 10. And then if I look again, yeah, it's got this kind of brickwork and separation between these two black doors. Yeah, that takes me where I want to be. So let's go back here. And looking pretty good. Yeah, and so what I had before, about 10, yeah, that's about right. And I'll go back a foot, and then I'll draw my line. Let's take a look at, yeah, so what I'm looking for here. Sorry, sometimes I have to fly through these images to get where I want. Okay, so I'm looking for the distance between the electric and the end, and it's about 4 to 5 feet. So I can add that easily. And so we'll go to the electric there. We're going to add about 5 feet. Okay. Back to my photos, please. Okay. And you can see there's a lot of stuff going on here. So there's going to be some rock work that I'm going to have to lay in on the model. I'm seeing that. So I'm going to go ahead and study this a little bit and then head back. So, yep, I see what I'm going to do. Wow, I really need that measurement. Garage on poolside, please. Okay. So I have it at 24. Okay, got back to me. Large garages are. That's just easy one. Okay, so just plugging all this back in and shrinking all this back. Okay, good. Here we go. Moving on. We have to put in these things here. Let's do 23. No. I might attempt a little bit of this, a little bit of that. This is going to be like a small jog, and then it's going to cut back again to there, but it doesn't go there. Okay. All right, I see the jog right here, and we'll just move on to the next picture. Okay, so it goes at least 15. Oh yeah, I'm going to say 15. 15 feet, jogs out. About a foot, maybe more, maybe 15 inches. So I'll plug that in. Do it. All right. Okay, again, I don't have these measurements, so I'm staring at this, looking at it, and again, that looks like maybe 12. And I'm going to have to put in another one. That's going to be fine. Is that really 12? No, it's more. We got 15, and then 1, 4, and then we're going to go how far? About 5 feet. You can see I'm already encroaching. Oh, so I have a measurement for that side. So if I look at this, it shows 39.3 to, oh, pool equipment or walkway. Let's see what's going on. Pool equipment. They want the pool equipment down here. That's going to be likely. 39.3. Okay, good to know. That wasn't a super important measurement. Okay. So what I'm going to do is just sort of nuke this guy and continue on. About 5 feet. 6? No, 5. All right, 1'4" again, right? Yeah. $15. What do I have on pictures for that? Same thing. They're almost identical. And then, yeah, this is looking good. Boom, and then boom. All right, so it gives me a pre-laid roof. I obviously have no dimensions now. Finally, we're getting into a little 3D. So that's what it takes to get it down right the first time. So I may make a few adjustments here and there, but this is looking good as of now. The roof will have to get scrapped because there's no way that these pre-laid roofs will work for you, these roofs. So you're going to have to put in your own individual pieces. So every piece here, everything will need its own thing. So, all right, this is looking real good. So you can see Pool Studio is just so great. I got all my tools over here. I might be blocking a few behind my back right there, no big deal. Here we go. I have all this data with me to make this happen, and this is what I have to do to design my pool model. So it's a real good understanding of the land, the environment, looking at satellite imagery to look at trees and other things around. Obviously, these pictures are showing me that this is sort of a mixed conifer area. I actually know where this is, and this place has, of course, deciduous conifers. This is a mixed bag up here, a beautiful woodland just below the pine elevation and just above the oak woodlands, so more of a beautiful mix. And so that is fantastic. So to continue on, I'm going to start doing a few things like removing that roof line that I do not need. And I have my measurements. This is very good. So those were so vital. So now I'm going to just jump in. When I'm missing a single measurement, that's when things slow down. You always have to contact the salesman or whoever you are working with to get exactly what you need. And if you are the one getting your own measurements, be sure you take good measurements. All the important areas, of course, for plan making. The plans can be a little bit, they don't have to be exact for certain areas that do not apply, of course, like the front of the house or something like that. All right, so we're going to plug in these dimensions for the wall. We have 17.2. All right, we're going to go 20 feet. It's exactly the right method here when you're out in the field measuring. Okay, that was 20 feet. Looks like we have 21 feet to that wall looking thing. 14.6 going that way, so I'm going to do a few things. 14.6. And 21 feet. And that'll be sort of I'll have to fudge that for later. It'll be somewhere up here. Okay. 20'8". And we'll have to get those walls in again. It looks like these little wing walls. All right, here's the important measurement, though, off the house, 18.2 and 12. So move over 18.2 and 12. And that wall really pinches down over here. So that's good. So right now I can just draw sort of a loose... Actually, let's look at that wall real quick. All right, you can see the small jog. Does he indicate 1 foot? Yes. Okay, excellent. You can see the jog on the wall. Yes, very good. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and draw in those wall pieces. That'll switch me to the hardscapes and decks. We're off of the house now. And 1 foot off of here, a quick way to do it is just to pull 1 foot. Okay, kill that line and fire one in there. And again, 14.6. Yeah, it looks like 1.3. Wall's a little thick. All right, so we got one there, and the next one will obviously be sort of in the same place. And there's a lot of line snapping going on here, so you can see I can do a lot of great placement very easily. Okay, so that was 810 on that radar. So 810. Okay. Oh. Zip. There you are. We'll just run that back. Okay. All right, so we're getting real good on the measurements. Okay, so 20'8". Let's see where he pulled it off the wall. Yeah, you got to pull on the end points of the wall. So each one of these measurements goes right there, and this is the wall, ladies and gentlemen. So if I pull, here we go, we're gonna go, we gonna be pulling. Now I know it's not a straight line, but this is sort of a rough go where I can just dot it all up. Seems like it's trying to do a lot of snapping right now. Okay. So that is pretty good, I would say. Let's get that exact. All right. So this is their backyard. I will, when part 2 comes around, which should be tomorrow, I'm going to attack this whole backyard area and place in the pool. But first, getting the house right is the big deal. So we're going to focus, keep our focus on the house. Looks like we've got the walls there without height. I'll go ahead and throw the height in for those walls. And those were shorties, little 3-footers. Okay, that's looking good. We can take this back, make it clean. All right. And again, I'm going to keep on working towards the house. And so I use the tools at my disposal. So, oh, look at these deep cut windows. That is interesting. I do not think I can achieve that. These 3 deep cut windows. I can put on like a faux wall and do a lot of work as far as putting shapes in to make that. But we'll just see. We'll see some of the settings. All right, so there we go. That looks like there's a big patio there. So my patio is definitely inferior. I have no measurements now inside here. So it's going to have to go entirely on visual. So to get the patio, I'm going to go ahead and stare at a photo. 4 foot, 8 foot. I think that's definitely going to be about an 8-foot patio. Got a single table in there, maybe more. I give him 10. I'm going to pop in that 10. Just getting a measurement. Yeah, 10's down. There we go. Okay. And I'll be switching back and forth, of course, from different areas. Okay. And we do not know any of these dimensions again in that corridor. So I will just again look very closely. That is probably a 6-foot opening. And oh, that is a doorway that's sunk in. Okay, so I'm showing. How will I play this? Because that is definitely a beautiful corridor. So we'll see. Very unique house. A lot of houses can be cookie cutter, and that's a pretty cool awning. I'll be able to get that modeled in. And I'll have to pay, of course, close detail to these beautiful black window frames. Those things are very nice. And yeah, just continuing the study. Okay, obviously a higher roof line where this is probably maybe a standard 9-10 feet. This is going to definitely be 12-13 feet back there. So I'm going to go ahead and pop these in. And you can see the garage with the glass doors right there. A lot of evidence of what's going on, just meaning I can see so much detail with these pictures, and I'm just soaking it in. Allows this model to work out really well. Okay. All right, let's move forward. I'm going to go ahead and, again, keep on going between these pictures. A little cut right here on the garage. I didn't get that in my design, so I'll pop that in now. Okay. So somewhere about there seems good. No. Okay, so that's about 20, yeah, okay. Very good. Okay, again, I'm expanding all my corridors and changing a few things. And this is starting to look good again. Let's go here 23 feet and make this similar. Okay. Looking good. All right. It's looking like a house. Okay. There are so many things that I could have done. So this plot plan here, this has tremendous detail, obviously. I don't need to use this because the house is simple enough. If the house was radically complicated, I would definitely have to take note of all the ins and outs and the jogs, but generally this is going to be fine. I should be able to make everything work out. Plus, you can't always depend on these documents. They can be dated to whereas the project actually is different. So everything about this probably isn't accurate. I can already tell that things are out of proportion and are not entirely to scale. So this almost looks like a landscape plan. And you can hear the rain coming down. Yes. I'm liking what I hear. Alright, so let's go ahead and head on back. Start popping in some roof pieces. And so the key is to be highly accurate. I've got some kind of snapping on. Let's see. A lot of stuff is engaged. Alright. It's like no snapping, please. Alright. So I like to kill lines in the middle of where they are because there's such a good tool where it'll auto-complete your right angle. So, boom, it makes it one. And so I get really clean squares and rectangles this way. And I can copy and paste that because that's going to lay basically right there. Wow, it's raining good. Boy, we need it. Heard that before. Sorry about the audio. It's ruthless. I knew it was going to rain today, though. This is so great. Welcome to the downpour. Probably won't happen for very long, I'm imagining. Okay, so this is looking good. What I'm doing right here is I'm putting in house pieces, and these house pieces only need to be 1 inch high. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and tell everything to be 1 inch. Okay. Looks like sounds like some serious static. Hey man, I'm live streaming. Alright, that's what I'm talking about. Let's turn it down a little bit. Alright. Sweet. Okay, gonna give it a roof line and an elevation of 10 feet. That's my average. Everything seems to fall and look good at these elevations. So again, 10-foot elevation and 10-foot elevation. You'll see what that's gonna do for me on all these where I tell them to all be roof lines. Okay, so I'm building some roofs. And another important thing is going to be the pitch of the roof. So when I go back to and look at some of these pitches, they are not super low. They are lower than what I have. So let's see. So I got to kick these out. Looking good. Alright. And this one here as well, so, oh, yes. Oh, I love how they get temperamental. Let's take a look at that again. Yeah, it's going to dive in. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and build this huge piece here. See this? Okay, so it looks like it's going to go to 10, but it terminates at 13 over here, so I'm going to do 13, and it's big. It almost goes all the way to the end. All right. Okay, and it starts about 1/3 in here from the garage door. Maybe a little more, maybe a 60-40. Yeah, okay. Let's go ahead and that will line up with that was a fun little screen, was it not? Give me my, oh, that's Google Maps, I don't need you. Alright, yes, very good, okay. And we are going to send this about 60% in, so that's going to be, okay, alright, what do we got here? Let's look over at our pictures again. Again, it's kind of like being a detective and looking at all the pieces of the puzzle so that everything fits in just right. So I am going to again look, and it comes to, or it should come to here. So I'm going to come a little further. I think that's going to be fine there. And do I give him a larger patio, 13-foot patio? That could very likely be. Okay, I'm going to do that. So this is going to go all the way across. Wow. Okay, and then boom. That is what this piece is, a massive rectangle. And I'm going to go ahead, because I know that these roof lines are going to pitch out this way, so let's take a look at what's going on. Alright, again, I said it was going to be at 13-foot elevation. This one's still having troubles, isn't it? That little piece I can tame rather easily. And that's going to go up there. Okay. Alright, so that's looking just about right. I'll line those up again later. This is all starting to flow. Let's see what's going on here. So this is, again, is 13 feet. And I can make this a giant 13-foot piece, which I might do. Or maybe not. Actually, where'd it come to? Didn't come far enough, so it's going to come down here. Alright. What do we got? What do we got? Alright. So again, this is a live stream, and this is pretty cool. Again, my first time I've ever even just initiated a live. Everything seems to be functioning properly. I have a lot of network dropped frames, but I don't think that's entirely missing the point. I hope this looks good on a rewatch, so that's going to be the true test. And yeah. So I actually live in a pretty remote area, so I am actually on a Starlink internet. So this is truly a test of the Starlink's capabilities. So I've never been able to live stream before because my satellite internet connections have been insanely slow. So we're going to go ahead and test these to the limit, the new Starlink. Okay, so going back to my photos, we have to get this front part of the house, or whatever part you call it, the rear or the front. Okay, looks like we have 2 pieces of the roof there. Okay, so I'm going to take some more roof, move it down here. Nice that that rain stopped. That was a little intense. Nothing you can do about it. I am not in a fully padded studio here. I'm in a studio that is much closer to the elements. Okay. All right, so these are little short roofs, that's for sure. Let's give it one over here. And that is highly close. All right. All right, got those in. So what I'm doing, grabbing another piece that slopes the way I want it, and I'm just resizing the piece that works somewhere else. And I can change the slope of all these roofs if I need to, but I'm going to look at everything right now. Okay, hi there. You guys are been ditched. Let's get you up. Great. So that's what I have going on. So there is going to be, obviously this thing goes downhill drastically. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the terrain right now and just plug in some basic settings, which be all right. Okay. So I'm in the terrain area. I'm going to set up a single slope. And what that does is it brings in an area where I can plug in some general dimensions. So the 0 will be pool level. So I'm going to initiate that there for sure. Another 0, some more zeros. Okay, but down here, yeah, I think right past that garage, let's take another peek over at the garage area. That's pretty stable, and then it drops. Okay, very good. And then down here, the drop isn't that much. It's like 6 feet. It's like a giant basement. There's no livable. Yeah, it's like 6 feet. How close do I have to get? 6, maybe 7. I'm gonna do 7 because it does look a little deceiving on my eye. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab that, pull it down for a 7-foot drop. Okay, from there it continues down the hill easily to that road. 15, 20 feet of elevation drop, I'll say. So I'll take another line and we'll do a 20-foot elevation drop, and then going all the way to infinity, we can drop it down just so it's going down the hill. Okay. Now back here, we always need another dot, or it does these terrible humps, which you don't want. You want it to be flat where you want it to be flat. You don't want any little tiny discrepancy that, interacts with the model. Okay, so we're back over here. I know that where I am, this is the wall. And so at this point, I'm going to go ahead and go up about, I don't know, 4 feet, 5 feet. And that's going to pull back. Actually, this is going to be a harsh incline, huh? And we can play with it later, but let's go ahead and look at that wall. And again, it just sort of slowly goes uphill again. So I will reflect that by slowly going to, oh, here we go, about 10, and then for infinity, we'll just make it almost level, but uphill still. All right, so this is my general look. You see I got this this going right now, so very good. All right, starting to piece together. I'm liking what I see. All right. Okay, and so what we're going to have to do is outline about half the house and send it down here, and almost all of it, but not all of it, will be a certain color. Let me look at pictures again. I always have to flash back and forth to pictures. It's the only way to get all this entirely accurate, and it is very important, I think, for the overall experience. Okay, so we're seeing definitely some. Okay, that can be done with a hardscape piece here, and so I'm just going to send. Ooh, I see some stuff here. Okay, let's go ahead. We send it down. All right, so somewhere about here. All right, we're looking to just make sure how accurate I am. Okay, I'm looking for a connection over here. Where did that go? Oh, there you are. Oh. Did I just lose my outline? I guess I did. No problems. Let's put that back in. Wow. All right. Sometimes these things are a bit challenging. Okay, here we go. Got it. I think I'm good to go at this point. Not sure why I wasn't connecting there. You can see, wow, it doesn't want to connect. So something is clearly wrong. You can see that I'm, oh, there it is. Not sure why it didn't reveal that to me earlier. Okay, don't need a roof line on that. This thing is going to be about 7 feet, and we're going to slam this into the ground. Actually make it 8, and we can put it at -8. Okay, let's take a look at what I did. So I created the lower half of the house, and right now, since there is a, right here we have like a brick or a stone, so, and it comes off the house, it's clearly visible. So I am going to go ahead and put in a hardscape piece down there. And this hardscape piece will come out about 2 inches. There's a lot of snapping going on my program, and I'm not asking for it, so I don't want to make those adjustments right now. No problem, though. Here we go. So let's take a quick peek again and see how far that wall actually goes. And it does go to that little cutout in the wall, so let's go ahead and do that. And so this is going to be sort of a faux wall that goes all the way around, and then where does it go to? Okay, goes back. Oh, and the banding though continues. So the banding continues to the other wall. So that's what we'll have to do. Let's go to here, come out about a couple inches. 3, that's a lot. Let's go 2. That's so funny, 1 foot. That's not what I want. Okay, there we go. Let's swing that all the way back. And this is going to be my 6-foot wall, 7-foot wall. And let's see what happens here. Sorry, I didn't mean to put it at 7 feet. It's going to be at basically 0 feet, but maybe a little more. Let's take a look again at the photos, because again, the photos tell all the stories. And we swing back around. Yes, it looks lower, so did that just jump in my face right there? Let's go back here. That's looking about 0. Maybe even 6 inches higher. Right there. Okay. And that's what we'll set it at. 6 inches. And let's go ahead and get the rock color right now. This is the fun part. We're in the materials stage where you can really get everything you need to look right. Okay, and this is a stacked stone. So by doing these quick searches, I initiate the textures that I use. So all these to choose from, and let's take a look. You can tell it's sort of a reddish brown sandstone kind of color. The sprinklers have heavily hit the side of the house. That's unfortunate. Discolors the stone. Okay, so I'm also looking at the random pattern. Okay, so let's look at this. Well, that's great. Ain't gonna be that way. No, that's not. So some of these I can sort of make work and sometimes it's all about what looks best. Sometimes not necessarily, because you can't match it perfectly every time. I only have so many stones to go with, and some just really look ugly. So some of these are almost unusable. That's how I've always felt. There's only a few of these that actually look good without looking like a total repeating pattern, and that's my big beef with using some of these. So let's go back to 100%. I think I had it. I'm just going to go with something like this, maybe on the orangey flare. Nah, that wasn't right. Let's reset that and just get a little bit of color in there. It's still a little orangey. Not so. Oh boy. It's hard to get the color sometimes, that's for sure. Okay. This perfect iron in the dirt rock. This is definitely a natural stone here, it appears to be. Sometimes getting the look you want is hard to achieve. And rather than mess with these colors too much, I'm just gonna tone it down. I can start it's a little too much right there. It's good, but it's a little dark. There's the reddish look, but it's almost too red, and that's, yeah, that's like pink. I'm gonna live with that there. It's a little darker. Okay. Anyway, that's the time I usually spend getting that right. But once you get it, you reuse it throughout the whole project. So right here, I'm going to go ahead and throw some coping on this. Let's see. No, not coping. Let's see what I want to do. Let's get the top of it. See how it's just like tiny here. I'm going to actually change the lip. And the lip is going to be set to the maximum. Whatever it's going to give me, because... Oh, that is maximum. Shoot. Boy, it's much bigger than that, isn't it? It's bigger than 6 inches. Okay, well... Do I care? The whole thing is like, okay, is it... That is a nice detail. It is higher. I don't know why they won't allow me to do a higher lip height. But that is the limitation I live with. So let's go ahead and throw that into a beige color and darken that and remove some color. Okay. Yeah, it feels like it needs it. Yep. Okay. Well, I guess... Let's see what kind of... So what I did was I used a hardscape because I knew I had this lip that easily adds the lip for me. So let's kill it. Let's just put in what it needs so it looks better. So this will have a near flush and 0 lip height, or 0.25, and then let's just come out with... I love my snaps. Okay, 1 inch is fine. And yeah, this is going to be just a whole nother shape that I easily can throw in. I can tell it to be 1 foot tall. And is it what I want it to be? Okay, it's a 1 foot tall house piece is what I've told it to be. So let's go in. It should be a custom shape though. That's how this works. So let's go ahead and change that to custom shape. And we'll go to the custom shape pane and tell it to be 1 foot. Excellent. And now we'll go ahead and check it out in 3D and raise its height. It's definitely a foot, would we say? Let's go ahead and... Yes, I'm thinking a foot. All right. Okay, whoop. Okay, what I'm going to do is set a color for that and just give it sort of a tan. Oof. That's a stucco. Yeah, so that's decent there. Let's go ahead and get the house and select all the materials that are the same color. Yes, and go ahead and change the house to what it should be. And this is, a very light beige. Nah, light tan, nah. The gold is always good. And then what I do is I reduce the color. And maybe a little brighter, I don't know. Yeah, it definitely needs a little brightness. Not too much. Look at how dark this rock's looking now. Alright, so the rock definitely needs to lighten up. Lighten up, rock. Stacked. Let's go back and look at the stacked stone selection again. It's so poor. It's better though. It's so much better. Let's just run with that. Is that worth it? Okay, and so what I got here is I know that in the model this is stucco, so I'll go back and where's my stucco here? Beautiful. And the band continues, and I don't like the color of this band. Let's make an adjustment there. Make it more smooth, and yeah, it's good. Still feel like it should be taller, and so I will do that. Custom shape and make it 15 inches. Okay, it's starting to look a little bit better, and it's not that tall, it's more like down here. Very good. Looking nice. Nice. Excellent. Just replying right back to the guy I work with. And all is well over here and looking good. That is definitely too high. So back to there. Let's take that back down to a foot. Okay. Okay, everything is coming together. And what am I going to do about certain things? Okay, these roofs, this piece, 10 feet. Okay, let's make sure everything is good in paradise here. That's how it should be, 0 feet, of course. Okay. Something was happening there. Okay, that's looking good. Yeah, you can just see how it's coming together. House is coming together. Looks good. Okay. Okay, so you want it to be taller here, and you can't raise the whole house. You can see I have some issues with that, so let's go ahead and look at what we have again. I'm going to study the house again. Those 3 big windows, okay. One's actually a door, so they actually, that sinks in a lot. Those do not sink in as much. So when I start putting window elements in, which I actually could start right now, but this is not the correct height. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna try and tricky. Let's just go ahead and pop in a window right now and see how far I can get on depth. Okay, not even seeing what I need, so I guess it's going to be casing width, thickness. That's just that thickness there. It sinks in there. Yeah, 6 inches is all I can send it in. Bad. Okay. Bye-bye. All right. So this has to be done right. And to do this right, and this was going to be made to be 13. That's right. Okay, 12. I'm just going to come more to here. Okay. Looking good. All right. Fine tuning things. All right. That looks nice, whatever that jumble is. That's crazy. None of these should be showing measurements. Seems like a glitch. That is weird. What are you? That's hilarious. Okay. Alright. Let us continue trying to make this house look like it. Alright. I'm gonna head down. I'm going to do a few copies. We're going to make sure that these walls are accurate. Again, taking a look, there's nothing on top there, so that will go like that. Those are very clean walls. Okay. Looks like we have some decorated concrete and some Mexican pebble in here, some black smooth stones. So that's looking nice. A lot of this is going to be redone, but this will likely stay. So everything here will have to be modeled up to the end of the wall. So I'm going to do that. And I will go ahead and grab the... looking very close, of course, at the details. All these measurements are accurate that are on board here now. Okay, we're coming on down with some concrete. Again, breaking my line so that I can come up here and get perfect right angles everywhere. Yes, look at that. And then connect me. Okay, so by looking at that, it looks like it's over a little bit. Good to know. I'm going to throw in some pillars right now, and these pillars are going to represent the 4 pillars that are on this house. They're going to come off the wall there a little bit to create this depth. So I'm going to pop in pillar 1. So what do I need to do? I need to create 1, 2, 3 window casings. 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. 311 is too big. It's going to be about 2.5, I'll say. Okay, let's try it. Excellent. Okay, that's looking good. You see how I got those. Those will lock in nicely. And actually, this was going to come over more. It was going to be more like that. So let's take his buddies and do the same. And again, equal those out. Great. So that is looking good. As far as a door goes, how wide is this area? That's where the door is going to be. It looks perfect. So I can just go ahead and do that right now. This will be like the first house object. No, don't want to do that actually, do I? Let me look. Okay, this is what's going on. I've created some depth, but it's not looking that great. So to create better depth, let's see what else I need. Seems like this whole piece needs to be how big? 3 feet. Okay, and let's get him set just right. Alright, so he is at 10-foot elevation, going 3 feet higher. He's a solid piece now to there. So in order to create these overhangs, I would just pull in right here. Maybe like that, and then let's see if I do this, see what happens. Okay, look what I did there. I increased the overhang. Hard to tell, but it is much better and more accurate. These now need to line up with wherever that goes. So let's I still think that looks good. Let's take another peek. It's a foot. Okay, let's go to alright. Had a bad elevation there. Happens all the time. Beautiful. Let's see. Okay. Are you seeing what I'm seeing? Okay, so this door is centered on the walkway. Alright, so if that's the case, this needs to move over. Which is, it should have done anyway, I thought. This comes back here centered more. Something more like along these lines, maybe. Or these are simply just two 6 is too small. So let's go ahead and make these bigger. Crazy detail in this. Let's do 3. Even though I think it's less. Okay, and we're gonna boom. Okay, how's that looking? Much better. That's how it is. It's 3. Look at that. Hits the center of the walkway there. Okay, let's look again at our picture. Okay, those appear to be planters or the Mexican pebble. That's probably just what it is in there. So that's what I'll do. I'm gonna go ahead and take this hardscape here and bring it in. And the rest of the patio, I can kind of copy and paste in here. And it just goes in a little bit and across. That's funny, broke apart there. Boom. And over here we have a broken patio of 2 pieces. And that likely has a planter, of course, right here, and it's gonna step down. Okay, so let's go ahead and make the first one. Looking good. All right. Okay, everything's looking pretty nice in there. Look at those nice concrete patios. And those, of course, are gray, or beige. Let's go ahead and make those right. The texture is also a brushed concrete or a textured concrete. We'll just go with dark gray is way too. That's looking like that will work. It is looking a little beige, though. Yeah, okay. I'll throw the cream on there. Alright, everything is looking good again. Okay, I have this depth I've created. Looks like we have everything else here. Let's go ahead and take some of these textures and make them real. So I am going to basically take everything here and highlight all of my special points and make it the same stone that I'm currently using over there. Oh, okay, why did that not work? Something strange is going on. Let's take a look again at our picture. I'm guessing that the pillar is stone. Yeah, okay. Strange. Getting definitely a malfunction on the materials. Oh, 1%? How'd that happen? And is it like dark and crazy? That is very strange why it's dark like that. Can't reset material there. Okay. Strange. Okay. Oh. You know, that's the thing. I know exactly what that was, actually. So what I just saw was, and what we're seeing, is the dark shadow looking so different from what's in the sunshine. And that's what you get. So in the picture, of course, it is darker here. And the computer program just does not capture that very well. But it is sort of a darker element. If I change the sun, which I do have the ability to change the sun, but it's not going to move very much. The sun that is a relatively normal place for the sun to be, as you can tell by the shadows in this picture right here. So these are very normal shadows because of how I've oriented the house. All right, so this is all looking very well, very good. And we're going to continue on to make this look very close to the original. So I'm going to pull this roof line back. That is definitely messing with me. And obviously you have to jump back and forth between the 2D and the 3D to make sure everything is right. And so you see on my roof line here, there's like an issue. This I'm less concerned of right there. Okay, but you can see my texture's connected to that piece. There are little tricks you can do, which I'm going to have to pull one off here, I can tell. I'm going to drop in a tiny little piece. And this tiny little piece will be like a little custom shape that's about 2 feet tall. Okay, and we'll go to my custom piece now, and this custom piece will block the way that looks there, and I'll put it up, and it just needs to go that way. Alright, so if all looks well, which it does, I can now color that piece. Blends in, disappears. Oh, if I can. Copy, paste. It doesn't like that. Let's go ahead and go to currently used. And I know I can just plug in this. So let's go ahead and go here. Let's see what's going on. I have is this really a 1% scale? Okay, let's go back to that. And okay, and that should be good. Okay. I'm just trying to get my color, my texture correct here. It's so funny. Okay, it obviously doesn't have my house color in there very well, does it? So here's my house color. It is a 1% stucco, but I don't... When I look at this closer, it is a smooth stucco, but it has a little bit of texture to it, so 1% is not right. Yeah, it's more like 100%. Okay. Now it's looking good. Okay, so this, yeah, I don't love that texture that much. Let's go ahead and select everything. Let's take away a little bit of that speckle. Okay, that's better. Sometimes you really gotta get it right. Okay, so one thing I definitely want to do now is get these eaves right. You see how they have dark colored eaves? We're gonna go ahead and do that with the roof. And oh, look, satellite dish, love to throw those in. So let's go ahead and get these dark colored eaves in. And underneath, oh, it's very little roof line, which is what I'm, yeah, kind of showing, not really. Okay, let's go ahead and take these. We're going to get everywhere in the eave on all of our pieces. And I could have done this from the get-go. It does save a little bit of this time, but sometimes you're just working and you're getting the shapes put in, and you can always come back to the coloring later. It doesn't take that long, as you can see. So there we go. I have a dark gray selected. That looks pretty good, and Yeah, it's smooth. So I'm going to take away some of that scale down to 20. Looking good now. Okay. And if I can copy that. Copy and stick it to this guy because I forgot to select him. All right. That's looking good. All right. So earlier we did like an adjustment to the house roof line here. And so what happens is you have right here, the roof line has to stop, but you can't have this up here. So what I do is I take a copy, I take my roof, and I put it in, I take both pieces, and I align them. So you get back down to this alignment tool, and it brings them together. Now, I didn't like how that one aligned, so what is important is that your original piece doesn't move. So here's my second piece. Actually, I don't need to align them. If you put them in just right, you don't need to. So I align it, I shrink it down, okay, and then I raise it up. Oops. And what that does is it appears the roof goes the whole way. And it's very hard to tell. And to make this adjustment here, it's not that hard to grab this and grab then the hand tool. And you can manipulate the pattern to simply look like a roof tile. And then so now I can grab that piece from the house pieces. It doesn't stick out the side. Grab it and move it over. Oh, I may or may not need one there. Let's see what happens. I got to look at the definitely need to look at the photos of the garage again. Yes, so the garage definitely has a unique kick to it. Let's take a look. It's normal roof up to there. Okay, so everything's looking like it should over here. Another thing is my roof pitch is important to take note of before I go too far. And I like to hold the camera sometimes right where the picture's taken, and then look. And it does look slightly high. So I'm going to go ahead and take the roof. It's a 7 pitch. I'm going to go ahead do a 6/12. I don't think it's 5. 5 is just a little short. Hard to tell. I'm going to do 5. Okay, and that will then be a common theme you go everywhere. Of course, you don't want to get too far because you don't want to work yourself into these issues here. All right, so that's in. This is going to be a 5. And let's take a look at that overall. That might just be too low for 5. Yeah, I'm going to say that's too low. 6. Ooh, too high for 6. Boy, it is in between like a 5 and a 6. 5 and a 5/12. So we'll keep it low profile. Yeah. This piece will need some adjustment now that we've... Okay, so we're going to stick at 5, it looks like. Yes, I will stick at 5. It is in between. It's a little bit higher. Let's go one more time just to look at it. And let's just take a look. And it looks like, you see what happens here is that it hides it. So I think I might... I'm going to have to go 6. Yeah, 6 it is. A 6/12 roof pitch. All right, everything's looking good. Okay, one thing that's funny, of course, it doesn't even have this kind of roof. So let's go ahead and change the roof right now. Let's get the tile. Oh, not tile, but roof. If you search on tile, you're going to get every single tile that is available in Pool Studio. All right. And you can see we have all these options. The terracotta, let's take a look at the house. Standard, of course, very standard. It's really just if the color is going to look realistic or not. This is a decent color, but it's almost got too much. So you can tone it down. Oh, that sort of made it look really realistic. So kind of like what just happened there. It does look a little bit more though. Let's roll with that. Okay, that's looking real good. And everything is starting to fall into line. Okay, there's a lot of things obviously I can drop in just by looking at this model, and I will. I'm going to go ahead and go back to the hardscapes. Yes, what would I do? Yeah, much different here. You can see on this pillar here, which I'm going to do these now. Sorry, a lot of this garage, I have to go all the way around just to see one side. That's unfortunate, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and plug in the details. I'm going to put in some hardscapes. And this will go right here. Okay, and these are about 3.5 feet tall, I'm guessing. These here, 3.5, 4 feet, 3.5, 7 foot tall garage. Okay. Okay. Now this is going to have a 3-inch top here. So we're going to change the lip height, and you'll see what happens. Putting in these here, and now that when I throw the right textures on, everything starts falling into place. I'm having a huge copy paste issue. Yeah, look at this. It won't even let me select that item. It's so funny. Yeah, what I just put on, I mean, it copy paste the texture, right? I guess not. Okay, everything's looking good here. There's definitely like some weird stuff with my hardscapes. Let's do it all, and let's take away the coping. That's everywhere. Oh, is that gonna work? Yeah, okay, good. What is this? Custom shape has coping even. Funny, I'm dealing with the ghosts of the machine right now. As you can see, I'm getting a flicker. And usually, I think that's just an elevation issue. Okay, so let's grab my custom shape, and yeah, it was riding at the exact same elevation, so it creates a very harsh scenario there. That's all good, yeah. Alright, let's go ahead. Those are looking decent. This is the color I want, which it probably won't let me get either. This is so funny. Materials. Okay. Got it. Got it. Okay. Sometimes it can be difficult to do the simplest things. But sometimes there's only one way to do it. Alright, so here we go. And what this is going to do is this is going to go crazy over here. This is a wall that swings around the house, and I will chop this up here and carry this to the wall, and you'll see what I just did there. That is fine. So I swung that around beautifully, and let's just look for, how'd we do? Oh, look at that right above. Yeah, that's beautiful. So that wall is probably, what do I have it at, 3? I should do it at 4. I always thought those looked like 4 feet tall, so let's do it. 1, 2, and 3 at 4. And it might just make it look a little more realistic. And the lip height I thought was a little bigger too, and I'll make that 4. Okay, looking good. Boy, it's falling together now, is it not? Okay. Excellent. Looking like studying again. Okay, I'm almost to the place where I put in the windows, so, and that looks a little more beige to me, this color. So I'm going to select all of those and beigey that up. Ooh. Yeah, this trim just looks a little bit more beige to me. It looked dark on the other side. It always does that when you're in the shadow. And you want to get this just right. So the beige is similar to the other, but a little darker. I think that'll work. Okay. All right, house coming together. Okay. Well, while I'm here, might as well throw on the garage door. Okay, and the garage door. I do have one of these. It's beautiful. Okay. This will be expanded in size slightly for the purpose of the model. That looks good. And pop this one in. Beautiful. We'll get the driveway in a little while. I'm not worried about that right now. So let's get the colors though. Get those right. Now this is definitely a charcoal window. It's not going to, yeah, it's like a black or a charcoal. So it's going to stay like that. That looks good. What do we have here? Some kind of, looks like what's inside the house. All right, very good. I am liking this. Okay. think what's next will be the windows. Okay, we got one door, but I can simulate that with a window shape, which I will. So I'll pop in a window. Ugh, does not look like what I want. So this is obviously going to have, yeah, about 8 to 9 feet tall, 3.5 feet wide, maybe. And the casing. Let's go ahead and get the right color. That's going to be important. You don't want to lay your windows in. Boy, if you lay all your windows in and then have to change each one of the panes, that is a pain. So avoid that at all costs. All right. Sorry, I forgot to tell my panes to be charcoal. Thank you. Yeah, you can see there's so many different options here. So, okay, back to the window here. And let's go ahead and make things sort of back to default. This is looking good. Let me look at the photo. It is a tall door. If I did 10 feet, oh, it could easily be. Okay, I'm going to do it. 10-foot door. All right. Fits in there wonderfully. And obviously the panes are terrible. So let's go ahead and look at the door. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Okay, I'll give them 5, and these row widths are tiny for the door, and that, there you go. There's the door. Looks good. Okay, then for the windows, those are of course different. I will copy this door, paste it in, and modify it to look better. And let's start with these and shrink down these window casings. Okay, and of course the row width that I had. Okay, and so this is going to be sort of a cross hatch here. Boom. And definitely much, much thinner. Let's go with 1 inch. Well, that looks pretty good, pretty thin and petite, just right. Okay, floor to ceiling windows, those are going to be dropped in, so got it. Okay. Now, those windows are going to kind of mimic any other black windows. So I'm going to get that one in. Going to make it about 4 feet tall. We're going to do this one here. And I have to remove some of the panes. Okay, and the width is absurd. And it looks like it's going to be a little bit taller in my world. Okay, I'm looking at spacing here. There's so many things that I'm eyeballing to just get the best outcome, the most accurate situation here. Okay, that looks great. Let's go ahead and move myself over. Make 3 squares over here. And these windows have a single pane, it looks like. They're much shorter. They are sort of rectangular. Let's get the clear image. Oh, they're square for sure. Okay, so 2.5 foot square, that could work. Now let's see. This is where I need to sink it in. Yeah, it doesn't do very much for me. I'm trying to sink it in. Oh well. Let's just go up. I think for now they're going to stay like this. It's about 1 foot below the roof line, same as that. And 1, 2 will be in the middle. And I'm just going off the roof line pitch to find middle. And it's pretty equal distance. Yes, with wider margins. Okay. All right, so I see the wider margins are here and right here are about the same. So that's looking good. Okay, this is starting to look like the place. What would be next? Oh, this is amazing. Hey, Sky and Sky. How are you? Good to see you. Somebody is logged in. This is very excellent. Okay. All right. How long have you been making pool models? Well, I've been making pool models. I started with that in 2007, so about 14 years, going on 15. Thank you for making me make it look just like the photo. So I appreciate that very much. Sky and Sky logging in to the Pool Creator live stream. I appreciate that. Cool. So now that I have somebody, I'm going to leave it on the chat mode. I had it on participant mode before, so now I can see whatever you are typing. Thank you, Sky and Sky. Hope you're enjoying. All right, so we'll continue on here. And this house is very slowly looking better and better. Okay, we're going to focus on this side of the house at the moment, and I can see right away I need my roofs here. I need my gables, and I need to fix these gables. They're looking atrocious. All right, let me take a look at, and now I can look at the chat and see if there are any more chats come in. That'd be sweet. We'll keep the conversation going. I know, though, that people come and go, which is awesome. I need a pool desperately. I need good ideas. You know I have the good ideas. I got you covered. All right, so hundreds of pool examples are waiting for you to explore at poolcreator.com, and also, of course, just right here on the YouTube channel. You can just spend forever doing that. So totally awesome ideas, depending what kind of pool you want, of course. Are you a tropical person, a straight line, linear, modern designs? What are your thing? So that's what it's all about. And this person obviously has a little bit of a modern flair to their home, and they are going to get a modern pool. Okay, so I am going to continue on the house and raise in height. Should I match it? Let's go ahead and look at... Oh, you see how that comes in, goes over a little bit, and I am talking about right here. Okay, so that tells me that I can come down maybe to there. And I'll go ahead and increase the size of the roof so that it mimics what we're looking at, and that might have been a little too much. Right about there. And so what you can see is that, and unfortunately I do have to go up higher, and that is where I am now, so that should work. And again, I'm going to have to use my trick from before, where you take a piece of your roof and you put it on just right. You increase the length and you shrink it down, and what you do is you create a way to hide this giant roof line, which is atrocious, and we cannot have that. So a lot of these tricks probably most people aren't even doing. They just avoid or have to see that kind of line over there. So it's I have to use two pieces to create a single roof. And then when I look at it, as long as it looks clean, which it does, I'm good. Now I can take that small piece and put it over here as well. And this roof will go up cool. And that is looking just right. Let's get it just right. There we go. All right. Pretty. And we got this puppy here, and this one will have to go up as well. And his slope is off. And just to make sure, did I get these guys? I didn't. Okay. So I got to hit the slopes on these roofs. They have to be 6. And it might mess with things. Yes, always does. Beautiful. Got it. All right. Looks like we need... No, that's going to look fine. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at the back of that house. You know, it's just, I have to get it right. I have to get the back of the house. I got to get every part of this house correct. There's no doubt about it. Now, this is a sort of a back porch area, and we will see what I try and do here. What I was going to do is, I don't know about putting in a blank. We'll see. I can always take the house and shrink it back here because it is a porch, which I will, and I'll just go about it like that. Okay, now we have a porch. And that all looks good to the picture, yes. So I will pop in some pillars. I mean, this is looking right on. So 1, 2, 3 with railing. Okay, let's make this happen. Alright, so good 1 foot 3 pillar always works good for me. 10 feet tall. This is going to be at 0 elevation. Okay, and when we drop this in, it's going to be just right. Just getting a general center right here. These will connect to the wall or just go inset hair. Okay, and we'll center those. Got it. All right, let's see what happened. That roof line. It actually looks like it does. Yeah, it does. All right. Clean. Beautiful. All right, just need some railing real quick. Let's drop in some... that's going to be in the walls, fencing, and railing section. So... go ahead and draw in a standard railing. And so I have a saved sort of preset, and just to look, it does look like a wire rail. So I do have wire rail in here. Let's go ahead and take a look at how that comes out terribly. There we go. Wire rail, looking good. And we will definitely have to put in a post. Let's go ahead and look. I sort of see what they're doing here. 1 post in the center is fine. Okay. And before I copy that, let's go ahead and just get it right. And this is a charcoal metal here. Matches their windows. Yeah, let's do this as well. If I can select the wire. Okay, that looks clean. Let's go ahead and grab that and put it next to it. Got it. All right, simple. So that pretty much done with the back porch. I'll add some more in there later. I can also get rid of this brown area and just make it not so obvious. But that's looking good. Looking at the back of the house, I see these huge windows, so I'm going to go ahead and put those in right now. Cool. And I have, of course, windows over here. And these windows are much different. They are much bigger. Let's go ahead and increase the size. They also have no panes. Okay, and so they're a little tall here. And that's looking good. Working on the house, getting the house right. So important. Okay, now do those other windows, do they look taller? It's a tricky question. Do these look taller? They do look taller, and so they will be taller. Alright, looking good. And we have these top and bottom bars. I do like to put those in on the windows. It really wraps everything up. I have a lot of that I need to put in. So these accents on all the windows pretty much matches this color, so I will have to. I'm going to go ahead and put that in. Alright. Sometimes you just can't put in all the detail you want, but sometimes it is necessary. Let's go ahead and take a piece. Okay, so I just have this little 6-inch piece that I'm going to make. Bottom here, that's about 3 inches. That's small, so. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and take that custom piece in my 3D environment and put it just below the window. It won't stick out 6 inches, it'll stick out just a little bit, just like it does in the picture. Should I go with 4-inch? Let's take a look when I zoom out. I should go with 4-inch, I think, yes, and I will. A lot of these decisions need to be made right away, or else you'll pay for it later. Okay, so can I copy and paste something I desire? Let's see. There it is, my color. Back to custom shapes. And now it's as easy as copying and pasting. So I'm not going to have them stick off too much. I want them to be just in there. Okay, so copy paste. There you are. So if you place it right on top of it, you just have to go straight up with it, and then it easily places in. Okay. And that looks really clean. It's going to start looking really good everywhere. Okay, there's another piece. Let's put it in. Luckily these two were the same, so I don't have to increase the size. It's just going to work. All right, looking good. Beautiful thing. All right, so you can just see how those two casings just really make everything come together up there. Looks really good. So happy about that. Moving into the back, and let's take a look. Those, oh, look at all those windows. Those would be fun to put in right now. 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, let's go ahead and grab this. I remember seeing one earlier that was right offset of center. Let's make sure we're on the right pane here. Okay, and those are very slender, so clearly that should work. Let's hold one up over here and see it. Truthfully, sometimes since your dimensions aren't 100% accurate. Like the wall height may be a little taller. You do have to make things bigger or smaller to accommodate reality. And another just trick I've had to do and use so many times. So really this window, I can tell in the picture, it's no bigger than 3 feet. So I think it's good where it is. But I think just what's throwing it off is this casing. But no, let's see. Alright, let's just go ahead and increase the size a little more. I think we'll be fine right there. I know it's closer to the roof line, but we're going to run into trouble. For some reason, Pool Studio hasn't figured out. You can see this. When there's 2 levels of building, the window will not kill that, so you usually have to stay below it. And it'll look fine. I don't think it will be noticed. So let's go ahead and put in my windows. And they kind of look like that across the house. And just looking, I look at such small details. This is smaller here than here. Alright, looking good. Alright, house is coming together. Simple, you don't have to do too much. I mean, just, it looks like it. It looks exactly like their house right now. So, this is fantastic. They will see it and they will appreciate it. And hopefully they will sign up for this pool in this scenario. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put on some more roof lines here. It looks like these all meet up. Very tall walls here. Looks like I don't have any stone anywhere over here, so I will delete the stone right here. Let's go ahead and make a copy of that texture, see if it'll let me. So no stone here. Got it. Perfect. Again, just one of these tiny details that make everything work out. Alright, and we're just gonna do some place this roof piece right where it needs to go. And this one shouldn't bother us too much. I can just send that in. Yeah, because it's going to be totally hidden. And what am I seeing here? What is all this? I must have copied the windows with it. That's fine, because there are windows on this thing. 2 of them. So this one and this one I happen to copy over. Okay, looking good. Low roof pitch. Right here, we're going to go ahead and take this. And let's line that one up too, real good. If they're not lined up absolutely perfectly, you will be able to tell. There'll be little issues. If every line doesn't perfectly match on top of another, you'll be able to tell that it's 2 stories. Or that it's a separate shape is what I'm trying to get at. Okay, let's see, do those windows? Yes, and then another small one. What's good is once you make a window somewhere on one side of the house, it will be used again because architects are good that way, and they use the same type of windows in various places. So I know that this window I just made will plug in just right over here. Okay. And this is a little tall there. It's looking good. Looks like I lost. That is interesting there. I can't back out. I don't have. What am I seeing? I'm seeing that this gigantic Okay, I'm seeing some things that are important. So this roof line needs to move back, and this is how this always works. Okay, so I'm moving back the roof line, and you remember I had to put in a little fudgy piece over there. Well, that won't be needed anymore. Let's go ahead and take a look at what's going on. Yeah, so this roof actually comes back, pushes back a little bit, and this roof line, sorry, this one, I wonder how far I can send it. Let's see. I'm going to send this roof line and just see what happens. That is what happens. So it does perfect all across here, and that is exactly how it looks. I can tell. The roof is up here. Looks good. Let's bring it back then. Okay, that's looking good. And this piece can now send it. Boom. Okay. All right, that's good. Oh, there's that little piece I had to put in earlier. Now everything's making sense. And in fact, this will go even more. It'll go right to that roofline pitch. So, okay, let's see. Yeah, it's going to go right about there until it somewhat buries into the roof, really. Okay, so let's take a look. Everything is looking good. This piece, you can see I have this tiny little red area there. I'm going to fix that. Gone. Okay, this is looking great. Oh, wow. Hard to get these crazy roof lines right. You can see how I'm just playing with all sorts of pieces here, but it is accurate, and I'm liking what I see. Okay. So now that I'm looking here, it may even go back further. Let me do something. I haven't looked at the satellite in a second. Excuse me. Okay. Yeah, it goes back. You can see the roof line here. It goes all the way back to the center line of that roof, just a little shy of it. So, okay, so now I know. And again, just being a detective and looking at all the clues goes to this roof line. Okay, so that's what I was just looking at in this world, is this roof line, and now it works. So let's make sure everything worked out. Okay, and the rains are coming down fierce. It's just crazy. All right, I got to expand this one. So sorry about the static. All right, we're seeing, wow, crazy rains. Hopefully this place don't blow over. Let's see if I can fix this. Oh yeah, now I got it. Got it. Perfect. Look at that. It's a little disruption in the force right here. There we go. Oh, I can't do that. Can't go this way. No. Okay. I gotta take it back just a hair. Okay, there it is. That's how it goes. Okay, so that's looking good. All right. All right, let's take a look at what else we have here. Boy, that rain is so loud. I love it. Okay, now we have some adjustments to make right here. This happened earlier in the stream. A severe downpour scheduled. Okay. Sweet. Alright, looking good. Looking just like it. Okay. Beautiful. Just eyeballing some more details. Got some more windows up there and a lower window, right? Or it's a crawl space. Crawl space right here. Let's put in these windows. Those look like they're going to match. Okay, I'm seeing a few things I need to adjust. Strange. Okay, I'm going to try and select this window and give it some tint. This always seems to happen where the window covering disappears on a copy paste. So many things I find out about the software. There we go. Fixed it. Alright, we're good. We're back. Okay. Wow. Pouring. Okay. Bring on the rain. Okay. Luckily, I live in California, and it doesn't rain like this all the time. Or I would definitely need to build a studio that has soundproofing abilities for the elements. Okay, so got a lot of details in. It's looking good. This rock wall is going to become a reality soon. I'm going to have to attack that, but I currently do not have the pool design that will be coming. Once I have the pool design, then I think I'll mess with the rock wall and the landscaping. Okay, so as far as things are looking pretty good, I can drop in a few windows in here. There's a slider. And these sliders, I'm not even sure actually what's in here. I don't have accurate photos of this area. But I can imagine what could be there. Could be just windows, but I'm pretty sure sliding glass doors would be the right thing to have there. And so I'm going to go for just a door now on each side. Okay, and now I will accurately color these. If these actually existed, they would be charcoal. I also will lay a tint on the windows. And tint is in my favorites. I use it quite often. Alright, so that stops you from just like looking into an empty house. Okay, it looks like I definitely want to do something here to this piece. It's ugly as sin and only has to be short. Okay, now I can adjust. Hard to get it just right. Look at that. Just okay, that should be fine. Yeah, I got a little flicker going on, but I'm going to change the size again. And the flicker I call the ghost of the machine. And so now the flicker is mild, and I will eliminate it altogether. Right there. Okay. Decent. Okay. Looking good. Alright, while I'm at it, I think I thought about the wall lights next to the garage door, which I can see in the pictures. And so what I do is I just grab a wall light that is similar. Something like this would work. And I like to use lights either in the dark to see how they glow, or in sunset, but in this case the sunset is having the sun beam me over here, so I don't like that. Okay. All right, looking good. There's also a door right here with the black door. I'm going to grab and shove it over here. Yeah, that's going to have to go in, won't it? Sorry, I got to go around the horn again, back to the garage at this side. And there is a door. It's very tight, but it does have at least a foot. So I will make the correct adjustment here. This is a little big. So yeah, 1 foot, and there's my door. That will fit in just right. And that shouldn't do too much, except for that problem there. Okay, and it looks like this is sort of a downhill walkway here. That can easily be put in. It is level up here, so I will have to change some of that and make it right. So this is going to have to be, it's got a lot done right now, so that's good. The house at least is out of the way at the moment. I think by the next time I tackle this, I shall surely have more. Okay, that's looking good. And it's great. I love this because I feel I can bounce around anytime. I can just bounce from one thing that needs to be done to another. And yeah, it's just very cool for my attention span. I can just get bored with something and instantly move on to the next. So let's go ahead and throw these two windows on here. They go next to each other and centered. And I'm going to need to put these awnings on soon. Those are calling for me. So what will I do for the awnings? I'll again do a custom shape. I'll observe how far past the windows they go. And over here, in the, you can see it goes over that as well. So okay, let's go ahead, and it's only about maybe 2 feet, 18 inches off the wall. So I'm going to zoom into that region, and I'll do 2 feet. Okay, and it is about 6 inches tall. It is roughly 8 feet tall. Let's plop it into place. Didn't get my height. Okay, there is a gap, a 6-inch gap or so. Okay, so right about there. We definitely want it to be metal. So I like to select the dark metal here. Okay, that's going to be perfect. So it'll have some like reflective properties to it. When you're cruising around, it'll just kind of have a sheen, which is probably what it might have in real life. Okay, so now I need to make the little holders, and that will be done like this. And these will be about just 1 inch tall. Let's take a look at how that came out. And let's give it a 45-degree angle. Okay. And reorient, bring this over. Okay, so that is a 45-degree angle. Looks like it does have a 45-degree angle, so that is going to work. And I'm not going to get too detailed on this. Just going to look at where it comes. Yep, comes right to the end. So I can put another one on the end. Beautiful. Okay, now I'm going to take this and throw it over here. And probably have to go up in height. These will not work, it looks like. But I can shrink them down. Okay, that's looking good. Okay, take this. And well, let me... Oh, look at that beautiful 3D adjustment. I really like that. And let's just look how many supports are there. 3. Okay. Copy. Paste. Wow. Okay, something just went haywire. That's fine. Okay, gotta get it just right. Copy, paste. Not working. This is so funny. Okay. Well, it should let me. There's another one. Okay. I find that a lot in this program where you want to use copy paste and it actually just does not work. And sometimes you have to look up and see if the copy and paste function even works for you. So it's hit and miss at times. I think everything that you think you should copy should be able to be copied. Makes sense to me. All right. Okay, these are looking good. I like to center things and make everything look perfect. Okay. All right, I'm looking for more details. Obviously, the trash can there, we'll find a new place for that. They have sort of a gas grill or a smoker, maybe a charcoal grill right there. Obviously, the table and chairs with the pink umbrella, that will be in there for sure when I get to that. Looks like some Adirondack chairs and a portable fire pit. So let's go ahead and check out the fire pits I have. Oh, that's the worst fire pit I've ever seen. Okay, what else we got? I know I have some prefabs, and it's not going to look like that one, though. Yeah, there's really not a lot to work with at times. That is for certain. Let's see how that looks. Okay, we're going to take that back down here. Alright, so we have a fire pit with no fire in it. I'm going to go ahead and... Oh, fireworks. That's a new one. Pretty awesome. Smoke coming out of the chimney. That's a new one. I'm liking seeing that. And have smoke coming out of their smoker. That's what I should do. Alright. So everything's looking real good. Let me see if I can make a quick adjustment. Excellent. So I'm looking at their fire pit right here. It's black. Oh, it looks like it's glass. It has like a little glass casing. So nice. I don't have that. I can try and simulate it. It's also doesn't have this wood. I should just make one. That's the whole thing about it. It just looks so fake. That doesn't even look like a good object. I'm going to throw it away right now. All right, I'm going to make that right now. Black cube right now. Custom shapes. All right. Let's get the custom shape going. It's relatively like that. Okay, and let's give it a height of 2'8". All right, and so that gets us going. All right, we got a cube. A little tall, I think. Let's shrink it. All right. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to drop some chairs over here because I need to use a couple of these Adirondack chairs right now. So let's move those into place. Those set for auto elevation and get those out of here. Okay. Okay, next I'm going to put in a little ring, and I don't want it to be the house shape. I want it to be custom shape. Okay, I'm starting to snap on things again. All right. Okay, and this is going to be that lip. Okay. Okay, so that can look good, and then I'm going to take this piece and color the top with glass beads. Well, look at that, fire beads. His are white. That looks awful because it's not the right scale. There we go. Fire, please. Give me fire. Okay, let's get that fire. Okay, so gas, round, what are we going to do here? Let's just, wow. Okay. Some serious sounds. very loud, and that will definitely have to be toned down. Perfect. And glass. Let's see what I have. I have these panes of glass that I can drop around, and that looks like what I'm talking about. And it looks a little different than what theirs looks like, but it is the exact same idea. Okay, and that is small, so I can't go through it. Okay, so I made my piece of glass much smaller. Okay, glass over here. Glass. And any imperfections should be not noticeable, hopefully. But I will have this cool fire pit. Look at that. Love it. These panels should probably connect. But they overlap. Okay, it looks good. These are the things people see, and they totally just melt and like, okay, where do I sign up? No, I mean, like, they can see the effort put in. Yeah, I'm not trying to get this done fast. I'm trying to get it done in the time that I have allotted for me, and that usually determines on how much time is put into each model. Like, if I have a monster model and I'm given lots of time to work on it, then it gets lots of detail. If I'm given not very much time to work on things, it can be a rush job. So it's always good that I have enough time, and I think that I am given enough time. So that looks great. Look at those chairs, wood, easy. Let's go ahead and bust out my wood textures. Perfect, that's an easy one. Those are gonna just look fine. They're a little bit sort of on the lighter side. Yeah, that's gonna be better. Okay. Okay, we got the fire here. And I'm just curious about the height on that fire. Oh, that's not fire. Okay. Excellent reflection there. Okay. Looking good. Okay, barbecue. Let's take a look at my grills. Okay. His appears to be a smoker. Let's take a look at his barbecue. I'd say it's a gas grill of some kind in black, but he has that smoker attachment. So, what I tend to do... Let's see. I got all sorts of goodies in here. So I'm going to pop in like a new grill for him. Alright, let's get that in there. And then, for the smoker or charcoal lover, we have the charcoal inside. And that is the way to go. So that's cool. Looks like I'm going to take care of some of these green patches in here. That's got to go away. Got it. And I have a bunch of things that need to go on in here. So I'm going to go ahead and work on this area. This is a sunken area over here. And so I am going to, let's see, 7, let's go 6. And let's drop that down a foot. Alright, now it's looking good, and I can pop a step in there. And the step will just join up with this. And the step will go to the wall. And that will be -6. Alright, so we have this little step down area over here, which is hard to make out. No one will ever see it. No one's going to get in here and see that pillar. That's funny. But, for perfection's sake, can I change it? Yes. Looks great. Alright. So... Alright. Very good. Okay, any other details that I can get in on this project right now? I see a chimney, so that's going to go in. I can see that. Almost eluded me there, but I can easily pop a chimney in with a hardscape, and actually I can just grab this piece from over by the garage, and it's somewhere over here, and it's probably like about that big. Let's send it up 24 feet. Comes out of the roof. Didn't even make it. Alright, so usually it has to come up about 4 feet by code. Okay, this is a... Okay, so if I was over here... That looks just right. So I'm going to go ahead, and I'm guessing it's stucco. That's my... Oh boy. Copy. Paste. There we go. Sometimes can be difficult. And then chimney. So this... Oh, got to be in the right pane here. Chim. And I just get this little chimney cap and finish that off simply. I mean, there's no such thing as real fireplaces nowadays. I get them because I get some older houses. But yeah, everything has sort of a modern setup. And it likely does not look like that. Yeah, I can tell it doesn't. So I'm going to not go there. I'm going to go ahead and get out a planter shape, and I will do this pretty cool. And we'll just send a planter down about 20 feet, and that should vanquish. Yeah, that works. That works. Okay, so let's make it dark in there. It's like an old chimney. Oh, I think I know how this is set up. Okay, so there is a chimney thing in there. Come on now. There you are. And so it's, what happens is it's inset. That's kind of how these work. And so there's some insane detail that probably someone will never see. I love it. It just looks great. You can see. It looks good. Looks real. Let's come back out. So, unless the person who is getting this pool actually checks out this live stream or this live build, he won't see as much detail. He'll get a 3 to 5 minute video of the finished product. But to really get immersed, you need the session here, don't you? A long, drawn-out session. Okay, let's go ahead and throw table and chairs in. I do have some saved elements, which I probably will bust into at this point. Okay. And what is the right table and chair? We don't know. So... Okay, so Pool Studio is obviously slowing up a little bit, but it's still alive. It's trying to not crash, I'm sure. These are just some of my custom shapes, just a few custom things that I have put in over time. Lounge chairs, garbage cans, other things. Every time they upgrade Pool Studio, all these things seem to fail, and they don't work anymore. The elements get deleted. They're no longer available. Okay, there's a glass table. Let's go ahead and see if I have glass. Should have a glass table. That's the only one, huh? I'm on the hunt. On the hunt for a glass. Oh, wait. What's this? Fire tables. You kidding me? Kidding me? I just made a fire pit. Which one's better? Alright. If anyone ever sees this, I want to know. Which one's better, mine or theirs? Actually, theirs is probably better because it's rectangular like theirs. Oh boy. Fire table. That's what it's called. Alright, fire table. Okay, so do we have a decent table? There we go. Circle. These chairs, okay. Not really a good match. Never really is. Another coffee table. Fire pit. Modern steel set. Doesn't even say fire. It's pretty much what it is. Mine's better. Ooh, I like that. Some new stuff I haven't seen. These are, what the heck? What is that? This is a table made out of... That is hilarious. Look at that. Filled with rock. Wow, okay, I guess that's the new thing. Oh, that's a nice reflective dining table. Haven't seen that before. Cool, some of the new shapes. Very cool. Probably should make videos on some of the newer things that come out. I'm sure they'd be well received. There's a lot of new things that always tend to happen. Let's go ahead and find some chairs. All right, well. Didn't really want to give me those, did it? Pardon me. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to scan through these chairs and find the chair that those look like. I won't have a match, I know that, but these are pretty close. And then I have to take the beige out of here. Okay. I think. Amazing. This is how it rolls. Okay, so right now I could start painting in that Mexican pebble, but I don't think I need to. Just gonna do that later when I start texturing up the world. And again, I will have to refer to a lot of this for tree placement. These are all gonna be oak trees, mostly mixed with a few pines. So I actually feel like I could lay a lot of those in right now and it wouldn't hurt. But everything is coming together, liking it. All right. All right. Well, I feel like I'm coming to a good stage here. Let's go ahead and take a look. There's another window, a hidden window right there. Okay, so we're gonna put a door here. Okay, that's good. And then I'll throw a slider in there too. And I don't really know what's back there. I can take a peek. Wow, I'm having a major issue there. What is this? This is a sunken area. Okay. Let's go ahead and fix that. This is a sunken area that I'll expand in size. That should do it. Nope. Okay, so that is... It's because this is a... What should that be? It should be a planter. Sometimes you gotta work these out. It's gonna turn it into a planter. Not a 20-foot deep planter, just a 1 foot deep planter. Still chopping that. Okay, yeah, it's not working that well. So the real thing would be to, what, move the entire house. I hate doing stuff like this. Okay, because there's so many windows attached to it. So down one. No. Down one, up one. Okay, that I think did it. So what's going to happen is, yes. Okay, so a miracle has been performed. Let's go ahead and come back into here and take these three. Near flush, we're putting regular lips on these. Okay. There it is. Can't even see what's in there, but a fountain. I do see a fountain. And that's the thing. I'm looking for every little speck of detail to add to the model. Come on, I know there's a funky fountain. There it is. What was that? Okay, so all sounds are wickedly overblown in this program, so I have to actually turn everything down in case I get too close. So that's toned down there. All right, looking good. Details are starting to spew in everywhere. It's so great. Okay, look at these nice little azalea looking bushes. Let's see if I can get... That's going to be some of my favorites. I remember seeing that thing over here. And this is also where the pool equipment's going, is over here. So I can draw a big pad, which I will. Sorry, over here. And this, I believe, will have a spa, this pool, so typical pad for pool equipment would be a 5x10. And this is a little 3x3 pad for the air conditioner that is existing. So let's take a look at the pictures down that alley back there. Okay. Yeah, I see what they're going to do. So it'll kind of be split like that. Let's get the terrain tool right now and kind of see if I can smooth this out or flatten. And let's just take down the strength and okay, that's looking real good, and that'll just come down. Okay. Okay, looking good. I got it. Let's throw some pool equipment in there. That's in my favorites. I don't need to dig too deep. Certain things I definitely use all the time. This will be, depending on if it has, I'm going to throw a 3-pumper in there for now. Okay, and that can just go like that. And because it'll look better, let's make the pool equipment dark in color. Excellent. That's going to work. Okay, there also will likely be a privacy screen down there, so I will do that as well, just to block the view of the pool equipment from the street. Whether these people are in an HOA environment or not, always best to hide the ugly pool equipment. Alright, there's our fence. And I believe I have lots of fence I can use. There we go. Not really the best color. Let's go ahead and... That's better. That's fine. Okay. Beautiful. Hidden away. Alright, everything's starting to come together. Of course, we can go ahead and get the terrain tool out and smooth out a little of this just ultra harsh terrain. I can come in here and it doesn't look like much is happening, but because it's not really a drastic change in elevation here anyway, but I can come in here and just sort of smooth out some of these harsh lines. See, it doesn't do much, but it just does enough to not look terrible. Alright. Cool. Alright, that's looking smoother. Let's go back to standard house here and look around. I can definitely throw some accessories into the mix. And not necessarily in my favorites, but I have my item groups here. And there's always a place that needs just a couple of chairs to sit in. Okay. And these are very large chairs, obviously. Shrink those down just a hair. And then what I'm going to do, oh, that wasn't right. Okay, that's good. What we do is we take the color. I don't like the wood that much, so we can just kind of change it to match. And there we go. Matches this great. Okay. Looking good. Like what I see. Okay. What else needs to be done out here? Well, we have a driveway to put in, a lot of other small things. That'll be done sort of at the end. The driveway will tie everything together. Really, the house you want to get down. I know I still have a few more items to pop in and to fix. And I have a couple windows over here. There they are. Looking good. Those are definitely higher up. And there's the issue. Okay. Good. I also don't... Okay, this is looking good, like I said. Okay, those are all minus a foot, and they should not be. Oh, it's looking better. Now let's throw a light, fan light. Is there a reason why that keeps popping up? Is there a reason these characters keep popping up in front of me? I don't want to see them anymore. No more. That is such a glitch. What the heck? All right, this is so hilarious. Okay, so I'm, of course, searching for a fan. And, oh, okay, I guess some reason, F-A-N, Tiffany. Tiffany, the fan. Got it. Oh, boy. Oh, that's hilarious. All right, let's get a fan in here with a light on it. Very good. Animation, love it. Okay, that'll look good with the lights. Yeah, and it's got the anime. And I think I'm fine with all that. Okay, it's gonna be good. All right. And yes, throughout this entire live stream, we've only had one visitor who is now gone. So it's just me, but I am giving my tutorial, and we will surely. I see that I have put my 13 here. Usually I build my house very close to center, or else what happens is when it starts swinging around in the live world, it's a little bit off center. That's okay. You can tell that in my world here, I'm a little off center. Center's about right there. That's okay. Okay, everything is pretty good. I don't know what else to do. I can put up little details. But again, some of these details I can put in at the end. So there's a satellite dish. I know where that goes. You know, and the funny thing is they may never see it. But if they do, that's what it's all about. So let's get this thing in here. Looking good. And you are tilted this way a little more. Alright, we're getting full signal now. What a funny place to put the satellite dish, in that little nook right there. But it appears that it works. Okay. Yeah, it'll be seen. It's definitely part of the overall part of the house. Just that little detail that adds a little bit of love. Okay. So, what else do we want to do on this house? Hopefully in session 2 we will be able to finish this project, and then hopefully right onto a quick sale. Always would be nice, of course. Let's go ahead and throw some more lighting in since we're here. Oh, I already have lighting in there, but what about down here is going to need something. I can just put something on the wall back here. And that will come out. Pretty sure my house was supposed to glow. Let's see what I can do here. At nighttime, the house lights are supposed to turn on, but I'm not getting those right now. Let's see. And where are my windows? The thing is, you gotta... Very good. Well, it used to be such a simple thing to find, and it used to always be on, because that's definitely something I like to have on. Okay, I will find that. Upset that it's not on right now, because that was a great new feature that they had added. The ability to light your windows up, and basically it should be lights on during the day, no windows lit at night. Oh, really? Only one of my windows lights at night. Okay, isn't that great? I gotta tell you, this is just classic. Classic. We pay good money for this software. How is this possible? Okay. Is it because I have a window covering? Because that's the worst is, you know, you want to... Okay, let's select... Oh, is there something... Oh, okay, let's look. Okay, got it. Okay, I know what happened. Which, hey, they should want my knowledge here. This is valuable stuff here. What's wrong with them? Okay, so every window I have, unfortunately, does not have glass on it. So, if I can take... this is what is the worst, is when you run across similar items. I'm going to try and select something similar, matching. Okay, they're all my windows. Glass off, glass on. Everyone should now have... Let's see. Yes, that looks so much better. You know what I'm talking about there. Yeah, now looking good at night. All right. Proper. That's what I like. Okay. Back to day. All right, so that's what was happening as I was getting a very awkward thing going on there. Okay, now everything looks very good. And looks good by day. And what's going on here? These are all sunk in. Must have lost a foot somewhere. Okay. Looking good. Okay. Well, I'm looking around at anything else that I need to do because I do like to get the house as complete as possible. So I don't have to touch it later. So I'm liking what I see. I can throw in a couple more things like an umbrella. So if I get like a red umbrella, and then I'll turn it pink. Gosh, that color is atrocious. Okay, and the color got to be weakened. There it is. Get that in the middle. That's good. Alright, so liking what I see. Alright, so until I get the plans for the rest of this, I think we're good. This has been a awesome first attempt at a live stream, and I just wanted to thank you guys for showing up. This is seriously cool. What else can I do? If you guys are able to rewatch this in the future, I have not a lot of viewers. I only was able to get one person in for a little bit, but if you're able to rewatch this and you have any comments you want to leave or questions you want to ask, please be sure to leave those in the comments and I will address those. And I'd like to do more sessions like these. If you would like to see some of these, please let me know in the comments. And other than that, I really appreciate you guys showing up today. And again, there's going to be a lot more of these sessions where I basically create the 3D world. And eventually, once this project's done, it's going to be a beautiful custom-built project so that we can put a swimming pool in this backyard. And someone can be swimming by summer. Exciting. Okay, thanks again. See you guys later. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that thumbs up button. Helps me out a lot. Really appreciate it. Again, I'm Ian. This is the Pool Creator, and I've been doing this for about 15 years. And again, thank you so much for stopping in. Let's do more of these. And next time, when more people show up, we can get into some crazy topics of conversation because that's what I like to do. Let's talk about anything you want. Let's just get off topic because it's fun. And I'll continue working and getting this project done while you can see the magic unfold. So thank you so much. See you soon. Bye-bye.